We're here with our good buddy Alan Palmer, who used to work at WBKO. Tell us when you were here and what you did.
Well, Gene, I was news director the years 78 and 79. Had a great staff. We were located in the old Armory building at that time, and it was quite an experience.
What's your fondest memory from those days?
Well, usually catching the rain as it came down the walls of the Armory. that was always a lot of fun. It was the staff I had. You know, I worked with Brad Hughes, Al Tompkins, who's now with the Poynter Institute. They all came through. Jill McSweeney was the weather person. Skip Church was sports. We just had a good crew. Jason Brady was my videographer. Most of the fun we had, though, was working with film. Now, we had 3 silent film cameras and 1 sound camera. And when we finished our film, we would always run it through what we called the film chain. And the film chain's best job was to chew up the film and make it unusable just in time for the newscast to start. I do remember one newscast where we had absolutely no film. We pulled a few B-roll shots that we could throw in, but most of the time it was probably the first and only newscast in Channel 13 history that was a reader, completely. We might as well have been radio.
You know, sometimes things don't change, Alan. We've had some of those nights. Any other funny anecdotes you can share with us?
Well, yeah, we always got the reputation with Al Tompkins. Of course, Al was about 6'4", a big, bulky boy. About that time, the Star Wars movies were out, and we always call him our Wookiee. And we would Al always seemed to want to go to the train derailments. We had a slew of train derailments back then, and we always told Al, if the tanker blows, cover the camera. We'll get the camera back and have some great shots. But it was a wonderful time.
You're like every other news director I've ever known. Protect the equipment. So what has working at Channel 13 meant to you, Al?
It was a great experience. Got to meet a wonderful group of people. The manager at the time was Clyde Payne. I remember Clyde taking me on a trip to Washington at one time. We got to meet all of the ABC Washington Bureau folks, Roone Arledge, Frank Reynolds, folks back then that helped build the network. And it was just a wonderful experience, and I'll never forget it.
So what are you doing now?
Well, right now I'm a marketing director at Greenview Regional Hospital, and serving on some boards, just kind of relaxing after my years on the city commission. And speaking of that, one other anecdote. One of the fellows who came in to try out for our weather job at one time, he was semi good, a little lanky, short fella. He's the mayor now. We didn't hire him. He went on to other things, but he's doing quite well.
Well, wait till I see Bruce, boy. That's great stuff to know. All right. Anything else you'd like to mention?
Oh, again, it's a pleasure watching BKO and to see how far it's come over these years. I'm one of the original watchers when it's first signed on as WLTV. That many years ago. I did just give away my age, though, didn't I? But it has grown tremendously, and it's a beautiful station, and a lot of great talent. Production values are so much better, and it's just going to keep getting better.
That's fun.